both of the British pair, as Lucy SHUKER and Jordanne WHILEY try to reset in this second set. Big ask against the big seeds, Diede GROOT and Aniek van KOOT.
15.
Well, that one landing just wide. A shake of the head there from Diede GROOT. And after that, super shot from Jordanne WHILEY as well before that, smashing it down the middle. It's a good start to the second set.
An imperative that the Brits get on the board in this first game, especially for 40 love. They don't want to let this slip. They want to be able to get on the board and just relax a little bit. But
the pressure coming again from the Netherlands side of the net.
great point. That point was set up by SHUKER at the net. Had some great backspin on it. If you see it, if we get it, not sure if we will, but if we get it, you can see the ball hit the ground and then just stop. And it was a great get from de GROOT there, but then White just had the whole court open.
And because the court was open, it's Britain on the board. The winner from WHILEY, giving them something to cheer about in this second set. And it's Aniek van KOOT, the 31-year-old, three-time Paralympian, two-time medalist on serve.
SHUKER just misjudging that. Again, that spin from van KOOT, heavy, always jumps up.
And that one jumping wide as well.
Another great volley there from SHUKER. Again, showing what great hands she has around the net, just being able to take that pace off enough just to even where de Groot can't get to it.
And de Groot can't get to that, neither can Van Koot. Good power from Whiley. Signs of life on this side of the net. There's still signs looking good for the Dutch pair.
They'll take it.
By any means necessary.
Absolutely. Already 4 winners in the second set, so only in the second game for the British pair. It's going to be a great shot. Again, the British pair really pushing forwards. You saw Whiley not backing up on that ball, taking the ball on the rise. You see her moving forwards, taking it on the rise. And just very it's a difficult shot to hit consistently, but she caught it just at the right time.
Oh, and just about responding at the right time. Did all the hard work of the more difficult shots.
It's we've seen this more than anything so far in the doubles, is when SHUKER's coming to the net, they're very willing to take it at her, and she's handled it really well so far. Oh, it was set up beautifully. Again, that's the type of points that the Brits want to play. Just see Whiley getting very frustrated.
Yeah, she'd love to have that one back, because Diede de Groot and Van Koot, the Dutch will not be denied. Don't want to give this one away. Adjustment on the serve. Out. We've seen a lot of, and one of the things you may be noticing if you don't watch too much wheelchair is when the players are at the net, you think that that'd be an easy ball for them to get, but it's very, very hard. And the other, because it's going high over the head, and we'll talk about the overhead after this point. So the overhead is the first thing you learn is when you're playing tennis and you hit an overhead is you need to turn, and you turn your feet sideways, and obviously they don't do that. It's very hard for them. They'll turn their upper body, but it's very hard to hit an overhead when you're open, and we see that happen quite a lot. So it's very difficult to control the overheads. That's a beautiful shot. Again, Tola Van Koot was trying to cover the middle somewhat, and Whiley saw the opening. Yeah, as you said, difficult to control the overheads, but not that one.
Nope.
Straight down the line, and just in time as well.
as probably the two best games so far that the Brits have played. I mean, it definitely has in this match, but they've played so solid. Coming forwards, we're seeing all sorts of different varieties, and that aggressiveness has given them their second break point.
Well, just when they had a look at the break point, it's the big sweeping shot cross court from de GROOT.
And if you see if you're watching this and you're looking at the whole court and you see the opening, that's what de GROOT just saw. She saw that slight opening with that angle, so just took some pace off and was able to roll it.
And just as well, there was an opening between the holdings there, because we've seen some of the athletes tip out of the chair. But are we at the tipping point of this game? And it's been a long one, the service game under pressure for the Netherlands.
There you see it again. You see the wide ball. You saw SHUKER come, and where did you see the opening? Right there, and that's exactly where de GROOT was able to just crush it into. And the little fist pump.
Oh, beautiful from SHUKER at the net, but even better by way of response. Diede de GROOT finds the line and getting out of the service game there. First set, comprehensive for the Netherlands. Second set, much closer indeed.
Again, finding the opening for the last point right up the center this time.
And it's Lucy SHUKER on serve now, or Princess Shooks as she's known.
If there was a crowd, there would be a clap.
We'll clap then. We'll clap for that.
That was a great point. Unforced error at the end, but again, you're seeing everything. You're seeing so many dynamic shots, dynamic movements. You're seeing the volleys. You're seeing them come forwards. You actually saw in that 2 of them up at the net, and WHILEY did a great job of the ball behind her head, just putting it back into play.
The standard rising. Well, trying to rise to the big occasion. You could see her, Lucy SHUKER, saying find it, to try and find that chance. But finding themselves back in a strong position. A couple of looks again at the British serve. Love 30. Critical times now. Well, unfortunately, just misjudging that one. 3 break points now. And from a very difficult service game hold, they hold the advantage in this second set. 1 set to love already. Well, it was there to be hit. And a wry smile there from SHUKER. Sometimes a little bit of luck can turn your way.
Again, great hands at the net there by SHUKER, taking a beating when she's coming up to the net, but she's ready and just blocking the balls. And even saw Van Cote come forwards there with a really nice volley. But the British girls are hanging on in this third game of the second set.
Oh, British resolve was rising momentarily, but at the net just couldn't quite get it done. And as we come towards the critical stages now, the opening set landing nicely for the Netherlands, and despite that momentary comeback there, 2-1 for Diede de Groot and Aniek van Coot, the #1 seeds over the #2 British pairing of Lucy SHUKER and Jordanne WHILEY. The gold medal match all to play for. Well, the wheelchair tennis doubles delivering as usual, and business as usual for the Netherlands as they try to deliver another gold, where you can just about see Mount Fuji and the cherry blossoms on the bag there of the Dutch pairing. And they've certainly been top of the tree so far in this one. You can maybe see the little air conditioning unit that Lucy SHUKER's got pointed at her head, just trying to cool her off. She's put in a lot of work. Likewise has WHILEY. Can they find an answer? They've shown the ability to ask the questions, but so far it's Diede de Groot and Aniek van Coot with all the answers. Important moments now. Second set, 2-1. Well, at the end of a long rally, is it moving towards another opportunity for the Netherlands? Team GB giving it everything. British resolve evident, but determination from the Dutch equal, if not more.
That high ball just causing so many problems. It's such a difficult ball to hit, and it's just consistent against these girls.
And of course, consistency, the hallmark of champions. And they have a chance to hold yet again. And there is, of course, an eerie silence here in centre court, punctuated by the power. But who's going to be cheering at the end? At the moment, it looks very much like the Netherlands.
40, 50.
Not yet.
Said he, as they did a nice double fault.
It happens.
It surely does. It's happened on 8 occasions, 5 of them on the serve of the GROOT. And she, as you said, had a struggle with her serve in the singles final. Got over the line.
It's not over. The Brits will not go away, will not let it go away. We've seen this in so many of the matches so far where the pendulum has changed, the tides have turned, and the Brits need it to turn. Wow, what a point. What a point and what a fight from the British pair. Again, we're seeing everything, but the last one we see is this amazing. See where her body was? She was facing the opposite way, and the ability to control that, and Van Cote just not quite reaching it. Great comeback in this game. As much as we enjoy those rallies, the Dutch enjoy them more than the Brits do. The British team cannot let themselves get into those longer rallies. They have to continue to move forwards and pressure the Dutch team.
But British pressure gives way to Dutch precision. As you said, looking for those short, sharp shots. But at the end of that lengthy match there, 3-1 to the good, and it's looking very good for de GROOT and Van KOOT in the pursuit of gold. Oh, still smiling, still fighting. Jordanne WHILEY on serve. Yeah, the biggest challenge, of course, coming from this pairing here. Well, there's the quality that counts from Van KOOT, just at the critical stage. There had been flickers of a British fight back, but that one's not coming back.
Just again, the Brits finding themselves under a lot of pressure and having to try to go for too much, and that was a very difficult volley.
Yep, and that stat tells a story. 6 opportunities to break each, 4 of them taken by the Netherlands. And as you force it, the more tired you become, the higher the net seems to be, and the bigger the challenge. As you just heard there from the umpire, comprehensive in this gold medal match. Diede de GROOT and Aniek Van KOOT, the #1 seeds, for a reason. 6-love in the first, and much to love in the second. 4-1 up as we go down the stretch for gold. So here we go, the business end of the gold medal match, and the British pairing of Jordanne WHILEY and Lucy SHUKER came with great expectations, with hope in their hearts. Is there a golden sky at the end of it? Or could it be a golden slam for Diede de GROOT as she slams that one cross court? She's already won the singles. Can she help her partner to double gold?
Talked a lot about the unforced errors of the British pair, especially in the first set, and then them coming out in the first set, and then them coming out in the second set with some winners. But we haven't really talked about the consistency of the Dutch. They've dominated, and that consistency has just been an uphill battle for the Brits. Brits were way out of that point. SHUKER had to cover around, and then WHILEY had to go that way. So again, it's still not over. We've seen this multiple times.
Yep, fighting spirit required.
Beautiful. Again, it's SHUKER's getting crushed when she comes to the net, but she's able to control it. But again, it's de GROOT with that forehand opening up the court, and so many opportunities. And an opportunity for a 5-1 lead in the second set.
And it is an opportunity that they have taken. It's an opportunity that they have made themselves. There's confirmation in this gold medal match. Diede de GROOT and Aniek van KOOT, the #1 seed. 6-love in the first, 5-1 in the second. And it's Great Britain. They don't want to be serving for silver. Can they hold this service game and make the Dutch work for the gold? They couldn't have tried any harder. Crucial stages now. Paralympic gold at stake.
Wow. That was beautiful. There's not much more to say, taking that on the rise and just ripping it. Confidence is flying high now for the Dutch team. De GROOT, any kind of tightness she had on a forehand, it's gone.
And are the chances gone for SHUKER and WHILEY? Facing down the #1 seeds. Well, despite the best efforts of SHUKER at the net, it's just super from the Dutch. 3 gold medal points. The Netherlands have won every single Paralympic women's wheelchair event since the sport was added. Can they continue that history here? Well, it's de GROOT and van KOOT that find the route to gold. And it's double Dutch delight here in Tokyo. Never in doubt. Their determination. High fives all round. Beautiful moments for them as they go to the net. They will celebrate. They will, of course, commiserate with their British rivals. A strong effort from them. A super silver going back to Great Britain. But in the end, it's the Golden Girls. Wonderful moments for de Groot and Van Kroot. And my goodness, they deserved it.
They did. I mean, they couldn't have played a more solid match. Unforced errors low, great winners, and just even when the Brits tried to come back in the second set, they kept nice and mentally straight and mentally solid, and they can relax now. They are done in this competition, and now the celebrations can start.
Well, hats off and thumbs up. As you say, the celebrations can start, and they will start with the procession over to pick up the Netherlands flag. And you can see the relief.
Oh, you can see the relief very much so. You saw de Groot yesterday just in her singles. She was very emotional, and you could see Van Kroot was emotional too and tight in her face, and now all that's gone. It's just pure joy and happiness.
Pure joy and pure class from this prodigious pairing. The smile say it all.